simple answer when asked, what is trop rock music? That it means tropical rock. But that is not all it means. To give you a behind-the-scenes look at the world of trop rock, the producers of this film and the musicians and broadcasters who bring it to you proudly present Paradise in a Song.
Getting sick and tired of this daily grind. Honey, I think we need a little time to unwind. Well, I've been thinking about this all day. I think I know how we can get away. I wanna live in a Winnebago, drive from Memphis to San Diego, New York down to New Orleans, every little town in between. We'll sell the house and the coupe de ville, no more taxes and no more bills. Anywhere you wanna make your home, we can do it in a Winnebago.
I think what I like best about being a trop rock musician is the genre itself. I've never found a genre of music where we were so in touch with the fans and they were so in touch with us, and just the way we hang out and the way we interact is unlike any other genre of music I've ever found. And the people are genuine and the artists are genuine. We genuinely help each other, and I've never seen anything like it. So that's what I like.
Oh man, you know, it's clearly the audiences. I mean, that's what's different in trop rock than any kind of other music. You know, I've played blues bands, I've played in rock bands, I've played in country bands, and there's a connection with the audience, but it's not what you get when you're playing trop rock. It's a different community. It's an older community. It's a community who is looking for escapism, and our job is to provide it. But you do it more than just through the music. You do it through the connection with those people as friends.
I like the fact that you write the songs and you sing the songs. You know, I'm a writer more than anything, I guess, more than a performer, though I perform all the time and always have. But you know, with trop rock music, you don't have a label telling you you're too old or you're not pretty enough. You know, if people like your songs, you know, they're going to buy it no matter what.
Well, I think the thing I like best about being a trop rock artist, musician, is that I've gotten to meet so many other talented singer-songwriters like Donnie Brewer, Corey Young, my good friend Darrell, Clanton, just to name a few. We get to play together and hang out and write songs with them. It's wonderful, and I think that's what I like the best.
I really like the originality of all the artists. Their songs are not the repetitious that you hear on the radio. They are original, and they work very hard at it, and it's just very unique.
Tell you what I like best about being a trop rock musician is the fact that people don't look at how old you are and how they don't put you into a category. If I wanted to play rock and roll, I'd better be in my 20s. Country today, you better not be out of your 30s. But in trop rock, it opens up a wide door to everybody of all ages. And quite frankly, I hope this door opens up a little bit wider for some of the younger folks too. We need some youth in here.
My favorite thing about being a trop rock musician is the stories that become songs, because 99% of what I do and write about are events I've either seen, participated in, or observed. The other thing is, once this 99% gets down to an unconventional type of writing, and we throw a little drink in and some tropical flavor, often it ties up with the parrot heads who raise money to make the world a better place. So I feel like my work isn't just a song, not just a piece of art, but it actually does something to help the world become a better place, and that's what I call trop rock.
What I like best about being in trop rock is that I get to play originals. I have a lot of albums, most of them original. Almost there's a few covers in there, but it's morphed, I think, from used to be Jimmy Buffett music and everybody, and still that's great to hear. But a lot of the artists now are playing their own music, and that's what I love best about trop rock, because the trop rockers actually follow that and listen to the original music.
The camaraderie, and it's the family environment. We've gone to Nashville, we've lived in Austin, where there's so many musicians and so many people doing so many different genres. To come to one that truly wants to embrace you and just help you in any way they can is incredible. It's just incredible.
I would say that the thing I like the most about trop rock is that it can raise your spirits when you're not having a good day, or for 2 or 3 minutes you feel really good and you're singing in your car and smiling and escaping from maybe your reality that you've had.
For me, it's the fans. I mean, it sounds like a canned answer, but I tell you, this is the most loyal group of people you ever seen at any shows. I mean, no matter where you go, the same people are there time and time again, and you can't buy that. I mean, you really can't. I mean, that's as cool as it gets.
But the main answer would probably be the way it's just a sense of community. It's a big group of people who tend to follow the artists, believe in the lifestyle, and support the whole idea of trop rock. Everything about it. That's what I like the best about trop rock.
Say trop rock is a big, huge word to me. It's like a family. It's the genre of music coming together, a lifestyle, and being with like 1,000 of the same people that love living the life and the music.
I think what I like best about it is the fellowship and the camaraderie of the people that play the music as well as the people that listen to it. I love music in general. Heck, I could listen to jazz, classical music, rock. There's certain kinds of music I'm not particularly into, but the in general mellow vibe of the music and the atmosphere it creates is very friendly and fun-loving, and I'd say the people and the fun they have enjoying trop rock music is what I like most about it.
In my opinion, it's songs about beaches, tiki bars, ocean, sand, drinking.
The beach. I love the beach, and I love rum, and I love house parties. I'm actually not sure if there's something I dislike about being a trop rock star.
Beachside bar, Montego Bay, I was doing my best to drink it away. That bad year I'd had, so I was sure glad when I saw her smiling my way. She sat there, right there in that chair, and all my friends could see she was a tropical illusion, a crazy hazy fusion of the sun, the rum and the sea. It was kind of confusing, might need some absolution if she kept on talking to me. Well, she was there, right there in that chair, could it be? Just a tropical illusion. Somewhere between the girl from Ipanema, La Bamba, and Dhaka.
You know, I think my biggest obstacle was actually one that I found a way to overcome. Now it's just a matter of getting traction. My biggest obstacle as a musician doing this was I was in the keys. Only, exclusively. So now that we've gone out and we've kind of taken the music to the people, now it's just a matter of getting my songs out there and getting my name recognized, and I think I've overcome the biggest obstacle I had, which is being all the way at the bottom of Florida.
Well, you know, I guess I will go to the fact that there are so many fans of trop rock and our genre and our lifestyle that don't realize that there is a movement. They don't realize that there is a musical movement that isn't just about the music, but it's about you know, the atmosphere, the festivals, the camaraderie between the audience and the musicians. And there's just so many people out there that I've ran across that didn't realize there was a thing there. You know, they have land shark chairs in their backyard with a saltwater pool and pictures of sailboats on their wall, but they didn't know that there's a trop rock movement.
I think the biggest obstacle for myself as a trop rock musician is to get the traditional trop rock junkies there to accept and open up to other ideas. There's a lot of us coming into trop rock that aren't playing exactly the traditional thing, but it seems to fit in with the general overall happy kind of mood, happy groove thing that is trop rock. I mean, trop rock, you gotta think about it, folks, that's party music.
I am the bus driver. Yes. No, everybody asked me that because, you know, we had a huge house in Texas and kids, and we're in the middle of everything and family, and to literally get rid of almost everything you own. We kept a tiny little storage unit that's pretty much all the kids' stuff. So when they move out on their own after college, they can have some of their own things, but it's actually kind of freeing. Very liberating to just, if you don't like where you are, you move the next day. It's a little scary to drive the bus sometimes, but I enjoy it. I enjoy every place being, every day is different.
Today, we need internet radio. We need the personality in radio like Lyle Wilson and all those great people that are on the air on Radio A1A and all the other radio stations that are out there doing the on the air stuff with the internet. That's important. It's vital to what we have. It's vital to the music business, whether it's trop rock, rock and roll, pop, country, all of it.
Not just my biggest obstacle, but it's the biggest obstacle for trop rock itself, is to overcome the fact that people don't know about it. I mean, Apple, iTunes, all these different streaming companies and so forth don't even recognize it as a genre, and it is. I mean, it's a big part. It's a big community. So we got to just do a better job of spreading the word.
Last call. It don't matter your pleasure. It's now or never. Hey everybody, it's last call. Someone's gonna find I'm a friend. When the last bell rings, it's out the pitch and a swing. It's all gonna come to an end. What's the matter, Jerry? It's last call. Last call. Last call. Last call. I know it's not you know where you go at all. I said it's last call. Last call.
The first time I heard the words trop rock, I was in bed. I took a phone call from a guy from Indiana, Mr. Lyle Wilson, and we started talking about it and started basically describing this genre of music that I was doing that I didn't even know I was doing, and just kind of blew the doors open to an entirely new world for me musically.
Trop rock. Well, I was most likely in Marathon, Florida, sitting on a boat, chit-chatting with Corey Young, and Corey probably tripped over it just a few days before I did, and we started checking out. Well, you know, to be honest, in Marathon, you got somebody like Eric Stone that's been there for a long time. We booked a few shows with Howard Livingston, and then I found out about Radio A1A, and we started getting some songs written that fit the prototype for the kind of music they were looking for. So I'd say I was probably in Marathon, Florida in about 2014.
Well, I believe we were probably eating dinner with Darrell Clanton, my husband Robert Keith, the other half of Bert and Sassy. He and Darrell have been friends for a very long time. They've played in bands together since the 70s, and Darrell was telling us all about his new favorite genre.
I'm pretty sure I was in Hawaii. I was in Florida, living in Florida, and I took a job at Northwest Airlines many years ago. I worked for Northwest and got a transfer to Hawaii, and I drove cross country listening to boats, beaches, bars, and ballads. And when I got to Hawaii, I started playing some of that stuff. Somebody says, "Man, you're playing a lot of trop rock music." I'm like, "Trop rock? That's an interesting name."
I think that when I wrote my first single, Life's a Beach, I sort of listened to it and thought, oh my goodness, what am I going to do with this song? And I thought, well, it sounds kind of tropical. And so I put a search into, the computer, and it's like tropical music, tropical rock. And I think that's the first time it ever popped up. And it said trop rock, and I was like, who knew that there was a trop rock? So.
I was in my living room on the phone with Danny Hoy. Danny Hoy and I were talking on the phone about, I guess she was coming down to Sarasota to play. She needed a bass player, someone to sing some harmonies and stuff like that. And she was telling me, basically what she did in Tropical and stuff like that. And I had no idea what she was talking about. And then she kind of explained the whole thing, and really, that's pretty much it. I pretty much credit her with, one, introducing me to it, and two, just, getting me into it.
In Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, at the grand opening of Margaritaville, and somebody came along, just a customer came along, and they were saying, this is where we're going to hear trop rock. And I thought, what a great way to call what we're doing. I mean, we really had no name for it at the time, and it was perfect. That's exactly where I heard it.
I was playing at a little bar, and couple named Amy and Chris Durden came up and said, "Hey man, we really love your trop rock." To which I said, "What the hell is trop rock?"
Well, I remember that fateful summer, one where I became a man. A fake ID and two older brothers. I still can't believe they got me in. I got hypnotized on coconut rum and suntan thighs. It all changed my way of life. 'Cause my volcano blew in the summer of '92. I grew fens and a land shot ground. I found that juicy fruit and my first margarita. And it all started right there and then, where I became a parody. Now I'm a pirate now looking on 40. And just like the song I've been around. And even though I'm getting older, no sound of me ever slowing down. I still get paralyzed on coconut rum and suntan thighs, 'cause it's the only way of life. My volcano blew in the summer of '92. I grew fens and a land shot ground.
Oh, wow, follow the flock. That's a great question. I would have to say we are the beach deadheads. We are just like the old Grateful Dead. We follow these guys from beach to beach, to tiki bar to tiki bar. That's just what we do.
Follow the flock is a lot of things to a lot of people, because it all depends on where you start. But a lot of people start at pit stop 1, and then they move on down the coast, the west coast of Florida, hit the Keys, make their way down to Key West for Meeting of the Minds, and that is follow the flock.
has spearheaded by Harry T-Bird, your Radio A1A, and the whole flock goes the entire way down for the big award ceremony.
Follow the flock is a general parrothead term. I would believe it would be anything from following each other to the next watering hole to following each other to the next fundraiser. One of the strongest elements of trop rock is that it's the only musical genre that is tied into a charitable group, I'd say 90% of the time. I just played the Sarasota Parrothead Club, the Villages Parrothead Club, the Port Charlotte Harbor Parrothead Club, 2 gigs at the Tampa Bay Parrothead Club, and all those people were raising money to make the world a better place, and I would say I was following the flock.
Follow the Flock is a road trip to Key West for Meeting of the Minds, and there's a series of pit stop parties that usually starts around northern Florida and all the way down through the Keys to Key West.
Well, to tell you what a flocker is, I've got to tell you a little history first, and the history is where people love Jimmy Buffett, the original parrot heads. Okay, they were the flockers because they would flock to the gigs. Party people, good folks. Flockers, party with a purpose.
I kind of feel that that's following the spirit, the inner, what's the word I'm looking for? Escapism. You know, every festival, every house concert, everybody who's in this genre offers you that escapism. So following them to go to their concert or their house concert or to the festival is offering you that escapism constantly. So yeah, it's following your inner escape, your inner, I don't know, flocking. It's a weird word. I don't know.
Follow the flock to me means follow the lifestyle, or follow the feeling of, I guess, escapism. Is it? I guess it's you know, tropical vibe. It's getting out there having a good time. No one's starting fights. It's just everybody having a good time. It's a collective thing where everybody kind of has the same feeling.
Well, a flocker is somebody who, well, when birds get together, parrot heads are human birds, so to speak, and they flock. They get together for a variety of reasons, some of which the local clubs are gathering to have fun, to raise money for various events, and probably most importantly for me, because I'm in the Keys, all these flockers are coming from all over the country around the time of Meeting the Minds and flocking or gathering together and flying. And I guess that's what flocking is, seeing a bunch of trop rockers getting together and forming a flock and having a good time flying around.
A flocker is somebody that follows parrothead music, trop rock. They go to all the events. You'll see a lot of the same people. I've made a lot of friends over the years that go to the same events. You see them all the time. And in my opinion, that's a flocker.
It's interesting. There's going to be a lot of answers to that question, but the actual answer really is, it's all based around the fact that parrot heads are Jimmy Buffett fans, and now parrot heads are actually trop rock fans as well. And because of the parrot, they use the flocking thing, the bird idea to describe the fact that they're going to go out and they're going to all get together for some fun. Whether it's fun in the Keys or fun in their very own home, it's just what it is. It's a flocking. It's a gathering of several parrot heads that are there to have fun and maybe even raise some money for charity.
Sick, but I think I may never go back to her. Here we go. I wanna be a beach bum. Sing it. I can build a shanty in the sand. Yeah. Oh, Darrell, I'm trying to get my brains numb. And I don't know if I will ever make it back home again. Hey, who's that sweet little mama in the moo-moo dress? I wonder when there's a mess. Well, I wonder if she might like to be my beach house guest. I got all your basic luxuries, free showers
Everything's gone digital. Cameras went digital, radio's gone digital. Even older people like us know how to use computers. Yes, it's the way to go. It takes the radio station and the listeners from not just this little area where we are, which is what commercial radio basically is. It sends it around the world. Yes, it's here to stay.
I do think it's here to stay. I feel like internet radio is very accessible because you can be anywhere on your cell phone, on your iPad. You can be traveling. Today I was listening to a blues station, and it was old blues. What did they call it? They called it I don't know, some sort of old blues station, and the regular radio was sort of getting fuzzy, and I knew that I could listen to it on streaming on internet. So I was like, hey, everybody's internet now. That's how the world is going. It's all going internet based.
Oh, 100%. I think it's a very unique niche in the radio market, and it's a lot of in-home users, and now with everything being right to the phone apps, yeah, it's definitely here to stay.
I see this genre. There are so many talented people between Donnie Brewer and there's just so many. There's a whole new group of younger people coming up, and there's a lot of really cool music. Eric Erdman is probably one of my favorite artists, period. And I see the future as being extremely bright. And I also see the future of trop rock being greatly expanded. To me, it goes beyond just beach songs and drinking songs, and I think for me, trop rock is anything from tropical to rock, and anything that falls in it. If it takes you away for 3.5 minutes, in my opinion, it's trop rock.
I think 5 years from now, I'll be working on my third album. So maybe my third album, or maybe releasing a bunch of singles, possibly. Still writing, of course. Looking for new ideas, like having my antennas up, searching for the new trop rock, beachy song.
100%. If you need something, they will come and find you and help you. If you think no one in the audience is going to be there, they show up. They are wherever you want them to be. Perfect example, we took 65 of them, 1,600 miles, and they all want to do it again next year. So yes, definitely.
I think it'll be going strong. It'll probably be considered a genre by then. I would hope so. I mean, you hear the phrase trop rock a lot, but it's not really recognized as a genre yet. But I think, there's so many artists doing it, major label artists as well as independents. I think it'll be a real genre by then. I think it'll still be going strong. Yeah, that's where it'll be.
To me, the future of trop rock music can go two different ways. If the traditional trop rock people are the main fan base, then it's going to stay small. If it opens up to accept new influences coming in, some of the younger guys coming in, people like me who play a little bit different stylistically, I get that reggae thing happening. If it opens up to that, it could definitely expand, and I hope it does.
And along those lines, if it loses its parrot head base and doesn't help make the world a better place, it is just another song. We need to tie in with charitable work at all costs. It is the one thing that defines us as more than just a song. We give people a future, and we change the world one drink at a time. We change it, partying with a purpose.
Because there's an app for that. If you forgot about a cell phone, there's an app for that. Truly, it's a digital world. And if you want to be out there on your boat, or you want to be like me, just right there in my little town on the beach, I can just take my phone. And now with all these Wi-Fi speakers, you can boom out your own band right there off of internet radio. So to me, it's not going to die. It's not going to die at all. We're going to take it to Mars.
For me, I've had a lot of success with the internet radio. Mexico Beach just went #1 on radio A1A, but I've also continued to push with Pandora and Google, iHeart, anything that's out there. You have to get everywhere all the time, anytime, to get anything done in this business, because everybody's wanting a hunk of it. And God bless them all. It used to be 100 horses, now it's thousands and millions of horses in this race. I would also say, though, there's some upside. I'm now with a company that's put me in 25,000 jukeboxes. If that would have taken 25,000 45s in the day, it wouldn't have been me unless I had a record deal. But because you can streamline and do digital, a guy that really likes my music said, hey, we're going to put you in lights. I said, you're crazy. He says, give me a shot. And now I'm in somewhere between 25,000 and 32,000 jukeboxes. And that's all possible because of Streamline. So you can go Bob Seger, Don Middlebrook, David Bowie, and I go, wow, why? And all because he liked me and you can stream.
Well, it's based on what I'm seeing, it's going to be bigger and more expansive. There's a lot, if you see some of the artists that showed up at Meeting of the Minds this year, we've got, thank goodness, a lot of young people starting to get interested in this music. And in 20 years, I would say the threads of the musical nature of trop rock will still be there. We'll still hear steel drums. We'll still hear the influences of Caribbean music, the humor, etc. But there's going to be something in it that youth is going to bring to it that we just never know. And I guess that's my only answer to that. It's going to be here bigger than ever. It's obviously on a growth spurt right now. I'm looking forward to seeing where it's. I hope I'm still around 20 years from now to see what it turns out to be.
They're not only here, they're gonna take over.
Frankly, I think stream music is the wave of the future, and there's going to be a lot more people trying to get in on this later on. You mark my words.
Of all the events that I've been able to participate in, I would say my favorite event is actually Meet Me in the Keys. It's an event Howard Livingston does down in Key West. It's just a great bunch of people, great organizers, and the Southernmost Coconut Castaways are a great organization that do a lot of good for a lot of people.
I think the kickoff at Pit Stop 1 in Newport Richey at Gill Dogs was definitely one of the best experiences I've had so far. It's a great venue with great people.
Anything and everything to do with the pit stop parties. I love them all. You basically start at Northport, work your way down to Cape Coral, and before you know it, you wind up in Key West. And every half an hour, you've got a different performer. I mean, that's great. I mean, what's better than that?
Well, right now, at this moment in time, I'd say it's be going on a cruise with a bunch of other trop rock people. However, probably in recent memory, the most fun I had was at the Smoking Tuna during Meeting of the Minds. Sunday afternoon, we had a bunch of us got together and played 30-minute sets. So I got to hear a lot of other people that I might not necessarily get to see because I'm usually busy playing somewhere. And any event where a lot of us get to play and share our music with each other and swap CDs and that kind of thing. But this year, I'd say in particular, Smoking Tuna on Sunday at the end of Meeting of the Minds was my favorite.
I'm kind of a new guy in trop rock. I've been in it maybe a year or so. So I haven't done that many events, but I've done a couple of the pit stop parties. Gill Dogs was cool. I did All Cool Gig, a songwriter thing at the Boondocks with Darrell, Clanton, B-Man, and Michelle. That was real fun. Done some stuff with Radio A1A, doing some broadcasts or live stuff with them. Hey. All the gigs were good. I ain't got a favorite.
I love the fact that it's on the beach, near the water, the music going on, and it's in Central Florida, so it's a lot warmer than where I'm from.
Well, I've been here for a couple of hours, and Music on the Bay is it's not what I expected. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of fun. Actually, it wasn't what I expected. Who am I kidding? I'm walking down, and some guy I don't know is like giving me a high five because, you know, he likes my boots, and he's feeling good, and the music is great, and I feel like this, you know, the music, the trop rock music on the bay, it brings all these people together who love music, and they love to be happy and give people high fives when they're walking by them. So it's great. I love it.
It's the locations you get to play. We get all the cool stages. It's a lot better than a smoky bar room by far.
So for those that are not aware, you might have caught a few things these parrot heads do. But just to give you an idea, these are people that spend their weekends, their volunteer time, and their hours to make this world a better place. They work on weekends, they throw festivals, music festivals, icons of trop rock festivals, and over the years they raise millions of dollars to make this world a better place. They also clean beaches, and they do things that are magical for America, and they ask for nothing. There's no, like, pork in the belly with these guys. They just ask for a chance to do it again. So how about a round of applause for the parrot heads? Raising millions of dollars every year to make the world a better place. And Dorothy, I'm going to tell you, they remind me of the Amish people. They're right up in the Amish world as far as I'm concerned. That's how sweet they are. In fact, in Pennsylvania, there is an Amish parrot head club. So if you happen to see a guy with a grass skirt and coconut bras in a horse and carriage, remember it happened because he's a parrot head. And one day it may be on a U.S. postal stamp. That's my guess. So big round of applause for the parrot heads, keeping the world together one drink at a time.
Trop rock, to me, is island-inspired music, but it covers a lot of genres. It can be country, reggae, pop, calypso, straight-up rock. But if it's got tropical vibes in it, you know, like tropical meanings and settings and backdrops, you know, like the islands and cruising and all that stuff, I think that's what makes trop rock.
A perfect example of what trop rock is. Everybody wants everyone to succeed, and they want to help, genuinely help the genre make it better.
Tranquility. It's peace by the sea. It's peace in that Caribbean atmosphere.
Trop rock music is music about the beach and about life and about enjoying life as it passes you by, and rum and all kinds of other things.
Oh, I love this question. I actually had written things down, and I've actually had conversations with people over this. Trop rock. The whole thing about trop, it's short for tropical. Bringing in the rock, that brings in your drums, your bongo drums, your of course steel pans, which is my faves. I love all of that just crashing together, taking me away somewhere I've never been.
To me, trop rock music is 3.5, maybe 4 minutes of forgetting about life, forgetting about everything, whether you're talking about a beach or whether you're talking about going out on a lake or whatever, or it doesn't even have to be that. Just getting away from everything and forgetting about life for a while. That's what's
in my opinion. Trop rock music has songs about beaches, tiki bars, oceans, sand, drinking, relaxation music, anything that you listen to while you're on vacation.
Favorite songwriter? It's probably Donnie Brewer. And my favorite musician to watch, well actually, it's funny, my favorite to watch is Eric Erdman and Donnie Brewer together. That's an insane show.
Favorite trop rock singer other than my husband? That's hard. But, gosh, can I pick two because they're almost exactly tied? Would be Jerry Diaz and Sonny Jim. Complete different, but yet the same. They are very welcoming. They were the first people who said, yes, come do this. What can I help you do? What can I... And their wives are the same.
You know, since he is singing on stage with him right now, I am going to have to say Donnie Brewer, the one that won how many awards this year? 6 awards, which is amazing. And we tease him next year. I'm sure he'll be up for Female Vocalist of the Year. But I have to pick him also because him and Michelle have really coached us along the way, and they've opened a lot of doors for us, as well as many other people, but all around talent, Donnie Brewer.
Peter Mayer. And it's a dead tie with Maganelli, of course. What can I say?
Donnie Brewer, Sonny Jim. I love Sonny Jim. And Tom Shepard, I love Tom Shepard's songs. It's just everybody in it has their own uniqueness, and it's hard to say you like one better than the other.
I'm so what I mean. I wanna be salty, sandy, silly, tipsy, lazy. I wanna be beachy, bouncy, bouncy, sticky, crazy. Come on, Harry.
Come on, Mayor.
Come on, Mayor Gonzo. Oh my God. Music to my ears. I wanna be salty, sandy, silly, tipsy, lazy. I wanna be bronzy, beachy, salty, tipsy, crazy. So what a happy, so what a happy, so what a happy, so what a happy. Something like that.
Robin Trigger. Robin Trigger. Hey.
It's your #1 song on the weekly clock recording.
Meeting of the Minds is where every musician and every person you've ever met at any festival will all come to one place for 5 days. You will see shows you can't see anywhere else, because this is the only time the musicians can actually hang out and be a part of a show together. I love that everything is happening at the Casa, and there's so much more happening in on Duval. And just walking down the street, Willie T is a perfect example. You're walking down the street, Eric Erdman's on stage, he calls you out and you run on stage, and all of a sudden there's a show you can't see anywhere else. And for us as musicians and wives, that's the only time we can actually sit down and say, hey, how was your year? What did you like? What did you not like? How about this place? How about that place? And you get a moment to just be a fan. For us, it's to be a fan. It's the once a year that we get to be the fan and not the performer.
My song Second Summer is, I was in a conversation with Andrew, who directs the music and the whole Me and the Mind program as of today, and he just does a fabulous job. He really does a great job. And he's so accepting and warm to call and talk, which is a way to get the pulse of the artist and the people. So I know the hours he spends in involving himself with this event. And I said to him, thank you for the Meeting of Minds, thank you for another opportunity to play music. It gives me a second summer since I come from Michigan. And he said, what do you mean by that? And I said, well, if I can keep my shorts on in October to get to Key West and keep them on until I get home in December, I've extended my summer by a second summer. And he says, you know what, that sounds like a song. And I said, I'm on it. And it is the big one. The Meeting of the Minds is the biggest event and the coolest event. I mean, if you haven't been to it, you got to see it. First, it's in Key West, it's in the streets, it's behind the Casa, and there's music everywhere, and there's the love and warmth of Paradise Nation so strong. So it's a great event.
Trop Rock found us. Like, Donnie has buckets of songs for this genre, but he had nowhere to go with them. And when we finally decided to make the first CD in 2012, it was just to see if anyone would like it. And he was playing a gig with some friends. It was a songwriter thing, and 2 people came up and said, hey, we love your Trop Rock music, where do you play? And it just became a thing after that. And so yeah, definitely. Now if I could just get him to have time to make this CD, that'd be great.
So yes, I do go on the road with them. In fact, we have our children with us. We have our 18-year-old son and our 12-year-old daughter, and they do attend quite a few of the shows. In fact, a lot of the parent head clubs enjoy seeing the kids there. going to the Parrot Head clubs, we have a great time, and they feel like family to us. Whenever you show up, you know, they make sure that they come up and talk to us, introduce themselves, and they're there to have a good time, and we're there to have a good time.
I was always into the Jimmy Buffett songs. I worked on Islamorada most of my adult life before I became a full-time musician, and it's just in the blood.
So that is awesome, and that is what I call trop rock music. If we throw it in with a charity and mix them together, it's a cocktail called trop rock, Parrot Head Nation, and it rocks. And that's why I do what I do. God bless you.
I like the music, but I like the sense of community. The way that everyone follows the trop rock artists around, they support them in whatever they're doing. They show up for the CD releases, they show up for their shows, and support whether it's music related or whether it's something personal. The fans gather behind, and that is important.
Parrot Head flocking, a Parrot Head gathering will raise money and help a little child, help Alzheimer's, help any number of charitable events. So the world is better because of Parrot Heads, and we are lucky to be trop rockers that have a place to play in Parrot Head Nation, and those two together make for what I call trop rock.
And just kind of blew the doors open to an entirely new world for me musically.
There's my back on the beach right there. I can put that on there. You know, Brent Burns' famous house concert song. There's a beach in my backyard. So that's what trop rock truly is all about. It's about bringing the tropical things you can move to, whether it be a salsa type, whatever, and coming together. It's a wonderful thing.
We're here with trop rock broadcaster Lyle Wilson from the radio show Weekdays with Wilson on Radio A1A. Lyle, tell me, what is trop rock music?
In my opinion, trop rock music has songs about beaches, tiki bars, oceans, sand, drinking, relaxation music, anything that you listen to while you're on vacation.
Perfect and cut.
I'm sorry. I just had to do that to you. I'm not going any farther than that.
We're all just having a good time. To me, that's what it's all about.
Party with a purpose.
Hey, Vato!
I gotcha.
On your mind, you will be what you're gonna be. Come on along with me and enjoy the ride. Smiling it all away, telling yourself it'll be okay. Tomorrow's another day, it'll be alright. Keep smiling it all away, telling yourself it'll be okay. Tomorrow's another day, it'll be alright. Sometimes we just can't run away. Stand up, face the pain, and leave it behind. I know when our hope is gone, your love will carry on when you try. Try smiling it all away, telling yourself it'll be okay. Tomorrow's another day, it'll be alright. Keep smiling it all away, telling yourself it'll be okay.
I'm Don Middlebrook, and I believe in pure trop rock.
But essentially what it is just music that makes you want to have a party, makes you want to enjoy yourself, makes you want to kick back under a palm tree and watch the waves roll into shore. That is trop rock.
And anything that falls in it, if it takes you away for 3.5 minutes, in my opinion, it's trop rock.